So, from clouds to pork pies, for example, there are a broad range of appreciation societies. How about one for sticks? Bits of wood, sticks, that.
The official Stick Reviews Instagram account has almost 3 million loyal followers. The account offers insights into what makes the perfect twig or branch. It was set up as a bit of a joke by 2 American men last year. We've been talking to one of them.
What's up, Stick Nation?
Hey, Stick Nation.
What's going on, Stick Nation?
I want to show this amazing stick that I found.
This is my stick.
It is perfect for wizardry and anything Gandalf that you need to do.
People would always ask us what makes a stick 7 out of 10 versus like a 9 out of 10 or whatever, and we just call it the aura.
The hand.
Everyone has that experience of finding a stick. You're out there and it just feels good, and that's what we would say is what makes it a good stick.
Love this like flamey looking tip on the end, and like clearly hosts a ton of energy in this area here.
The one that won our Stick of the Year competition that we did at the end of last year was really cool. That one's kind of pinned to our Instagram profile, and that one, the wielder of the stick, Marcus from Vancouver, he described it as an ancient energy sword.
Obviously, it's the lost hand of some sort of woodland troll.
It's kind of ironic that we started the page as a joke a year later and seeing probably over 100,000 sticks. We kind of are, I guess, the stick experts in a funny way.
Thank you. I love my stick. Have a nice day.
We're joined by someone else who's a bit of a stick expert, Lisa, we say. Lisa Stell, the owner of Outdoor Adventures Forest School in Prestwich. Welcome. Are you a stick expert?
I don't know. I've never considered myself as one. Obviously I am. You've brought a selection.
Sticks.
How about, do you like sticks?
I love them.
Okay.
I love them. They're scattered around my house. Ones I've come across when on my, when I've been out working usually, and I've thought, oh, that's quite a nice one.
Well, what makes a nice stick? Because I'm sorry, I can't. That one is quite nice, because I quite like the bark on it and the pattern of the bark on it.
Well, this one is kind of bordering stick branch, really.
Yeah.
But this was a lot longer, and it belonged to a child who wanted to share it with his friend. So they sawed it in half and gave this friend half of it.
What makes a good stick?
Depends who you're asking.
Why are people interested in sticks now? Is this kind of a step back to kind of getting in touch with nature again and just being a bit more simple?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if an adult picks up a big long stick, what percentage do you think will say, "You shall not pass"?
Yes.
How many?
A line from Lord of the Rings, we should say. Yes.
Yeah. And it all depends on what you want to do with your stick. Children have got such a wide... It depends what's going on in their head at the time. You can bash them. You can make musical instruments out of them. This one here has been whittled by somebody. And this was at a session that I ran, and he said, "I'm not quite finished. Could you keep it for me till next time and I'll finish it off?" So it's obviously quite a special one. This one is willow, and this is quite a nice one. These grow very straight. This one is hazel.
Can we have permission to pick up one of your sticks?
Absolutely, yes.
So what have we got? Are these all different varieties? These are very similar, actually.
Yeah, that one's also hazel. Hazel normally grows quite long and straight.
I'm trying not to look like I'm about to kind of, lunge at you, which I'm not. There's something... I mean, there's a lot to do with texture, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, they're quite sensory as well. Yeah, especially... I mean, finding a stick that feels good in your hands, I think that's the key.
We're just channeling what dogs have known for years.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And we would have handled a lot more wood, hundreds of years ago, because we were closer to nature then. We're quite far away, sadly, at the moment.
When does a twig become... What's the difference between a twig and a stick?
A branch goes to a branch.
Where do the parameters lie?
I'm thinking width or maybe girth.
OK.
Yeah?
So a twig is necessarily very thin and short, and you just know it instinctively, do you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think children would... Well, many people would be attracted to picking up a twig, really.
Really? So you're dissing the twig now?
No, I'm not dissing the twig, no. If you've got something in mind that you need specifically a twig, rather than one of these, then you're going to go
In
for
that film, there were some beautiful like shapes and everything. Which is the tree or the plant that gives the most creative? Because the hazel, let's face it, it's a bit boring. I mean, the texture's nice, but that's about it.
I think the old gnarly ones,
Yeah.
old apple trees are quite nice. Elder's quite nice as well. And I'm quite fond of the twisted willow as well.
Do you know, you need to be careful, though, because if you could look a bit scary walking around with a stick, couldn't you?
Well, I don't know. I don't tend to walk. Mine are all in the back of my van. I just put them in there.
What do you do with them?
Just keep them. I'm a hoarder of sticks.
I think that's nice. I suppose we ought to say, don't go around breaking...
No, absolutely not.
You see a nice bit of wood on a tree, don't break it off, because that's all wrong, isn't
There's
it?
plenty on the floor.
Yeah.
Even if you live in an urban area, there's usually trees. And if you've had a bit of wind, which we have...
Well, we've had storm Airwind, that's what I was about to say. It's a good time to go out and get them. But it's a bit damp, so damp sticks kind of...
Well, you just put them by the front door and they dry off. That's what my grandchildren do.
When did the trees are more likely to get rid of their branches or twigs and things?
In high winds, and if they're older as well. Younger trees don't tend to give much, really.
Why
do you
think
other things?
Rocks.
Are they also in the back of the van?
Some are at home, waiting. Some have been washed, ready to be displayed.
Wash your rocks?
Yeah.
No, but I get that entirely, because rocks are very beautiful, and again, texture thing. Lovely.
Yeah, and a friend of mine went up to somewhere in Northumberland and he went on a particular beach where you can go cracking them, and he's brought me some lovely ammonites, so they're very proudly displayed as well.
I'm kind of a bit envious, because you're obviously really...
Easily pleased.
No.
Isn't it? But don't
really
they say that's the
tune.
secret to being happy?
This is like where I was going, kind of really in tune with the simple nature and being able to appreciate it and not just walk past it and kind of crack on with your day. You're there.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch children in a woodland, they gravitate towards sticks and they'll make all manner of things with them, depending what their interests are and what's going on in their head. I mean, we've made... One session, the children wanted to make a trebuchet.
What's that?
It's like a medieval catapult.
Of course it is.
Oh, right.
And did they?
Yeah, we did the plans together and they gathered the things that they thought they needed, and
Can I just say that you sitting there where you've been talking, holding the stick, it's like it's making you feel very comfortable.
Yes.
I wonder whether we should incorporate it more often with guests. Give them a
comfort stick.
Like a comfort stick, so that it would just something to do with your hands and make them feel more comfortable. What do you think? What do you think the team think?
Yeah, it's health.
So we can have one on standby, like a standby stick.
All I can see is health and safety kind of getting involved in that.
No. Well, the good thing with children is they're very good at self-regulating their risk. Oh yeah, of course. Help yourself.
It might help. You do bring that. I know this might sound a bit odd. You bring a very good energy to the sofa.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's obviously related.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I've done other jobs before I became a forest school leader, and I think this one has got the most satisfaction and the most happiness as well. Thank you.
I pass you back the stick.
Thank you.
Lisa, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
But I was quite sceptical about this conversation this morning. I was, because I thought it was a bit silly liking sticks, but I've come round. Not that it matters really what I think, but perhaps you have a favourite stick. Send us a picture. Love the pictures you send us. The usual ways you can get in touch, you can see there. When you send us a message on WhatsApp, the number's 0330 123 0440, or you can just scan that QR code with your phone. That will start a conversation with us. Let us know where you're getting in touch from as well. There's also email, Twitter, X as well, social media as well.
I still think that's more log than stick, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. We've got the headlines coming up in a moment.